Clippers, as I said, our final game. And last night against Sacramento, it was Chris Paul to the rescue. He made some great decisions. He was a calming influence, and he helped his team move to 11-2. So that's where I want to pick it up here, Sam, with our second game. And in particular, Chris Paul, who's like the quarterback, the maestro, and over, as well as this team is playing, he's the guy that always seems to smooth things out if he gets a little bumpy.
Well, Chris Paul is the best point guard, pure point guard in the league, and probably the best leader. He keeps all these guys together. He has the ball. He orchestrates everything. He gets guys in the right position. The thing that I love about what this Clipper team doing under Chris Paul leadership, they are playing defense. And the question is, everybody's saying, well, where did this come from? And Brendan knows this. It's a commitment. It's a mindset. And those guys understand after last year, and sometimes you have to have a little egg on your face in order for you to wake up. And last year, they didn't like the way the season ended, and they didn't like the things that people were saying about them. And this year, they came back. They strengthened the bench, and now they're a more committed team defensively.
Definitely. I have to echo everything you basically said, especially when it comes down to Chris Paul. He is the best pure point guard in the game. You know what? Steph might shoot it a little bit better. Westbrook might be a little bit more athletic, but when it comes down to a guy that you want to run your team, get guys to shot, get guys in place, and make sure the offense flows properly, no one does it better than Chris Paul. He's leading this team. Everybody's responding. You also hit on the bench. I think the bench is key. Guys that aren't household names, Raymond Felton.
That's the guy. Yeah. For me, he's the key. Because they finally have a backup point guard, a veteran backup point guard that can give Chris Paul the rest that he needs so he can be fresh come playoff time.
Yeah, Austin Rivers is great, Jamal Crawford is great, but those guys aren't traditional backup point guards. They're more scoring combo guards. They finally have the backup point guard in Raymond Felton. They have
Mo space.
Mo buckets.
Yeah, Mo buckets on the bench. That's big for him too. He keeps that second unit rolling. So that second unit is huge for this team, along with their defense. You know, they're really shocking some people. I think they can keep this up.
And J.J. Redick is shooting lights out
he's always been able to do that, Coach.
Well, yeah, but he's on the streak right now. He is hot, right? He's blistering.
He's shooting
right
like
now.
a young Sam Mitchell.
Oh, thank you, but I never could shoot it that good.
Well, we talked about the bench, and we talked about Chris Paul, but this was a year, too, Brendan, where a lot was on the line. Sam talked about having egg on your face here, and Blake Griffin, there was a lot of pressure on him after what happened last season, personally and professionally, and he's come back and looked very much like Blake Griffin. He's playing terrific.
Yeah, Blake Griffin has really stepped it up, and everybody knew last year, you know, there was the struggles with the off-the-court incidents, and then there was the health issues, but this year he's really turned it around. He's come in 20-10, the regular Blake we're used to seeing. He's making great passes. How many power forwards you know can go out there and get you 3 to 4 assists a night? He makes the extra pass to DeAndre Jordan, so I've been impressed with Blake. His game continues to improve every year. He has every post move in the book, and he's putting it all on display.
Yeah, and give Doc Rivers credit, guys. Doc Rivers has taken some of the pressure off Chris Paul by allowing Blake Griffin to be more of a facilitator. You see Blake Griffin operating in that high post. He now has the green light on rebounds to push the ball, and Blake Griffin is doing a great job of keeping his teammates involved, and still, in my estimation, hey, Anthony Davis may be the best talented power forward, but Blake Griffin may be the best power forward when you look at all the things he does, and then you incorporate that athleticism. People forget he's still one of the most athletic guys in the entire league.
Anthony Davis is 30-11 tonight, though, Coach. I don't know. It's a discussion.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. It's a discussion.
All I'm going to say is 11-2.
Hey,
that's the bottom line.
The best defense.
That's the bottom line.
Hey, Vince. Come on now. Hey, you think Blake would be 11-2?
Wait a minute. Hey, I can't speculate, but I do know what I know.
LeBron wouldn't be 11-2 if he played in New Orleans.
I don't know. Maybe. Let's get to Chicago. And, Sam, not what we actually anticipated, because I don't think anyone knew what to expect from Chicago. But Wade comes there. He's a settling force. And they've done real well. They've won their last 4 games.
Yeah, give Fred Hoiberg credit, man. I mean, he's taken a Dwayne Wade. When you bring in a superstar, Hall of Fame like Dwayne Wade, especially at the end of his career, it's difficult how you fit him in. But Dwayne Wade, being the consummate pro, walked in and said, this is Jimmy Butler's team. And Jimmy Butler's playing unbelievable basketball. But for all the people that thought Dwayne Wade didn't have anything left in the tank, Brendan, he's proven people wrong. And this Chicago Bulls team, where a lot of people thought it was more of a ceremonial thing, him going back to Chicago, he's going back to Chicago, and they may actually have a chance to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think this team definitely is a playoff team. When you look at the talent, how the talent has come together so quickly, I was a little skeptical because
we all were.
When you look at Dwayne Wade, when you look at Jimmy Butler and Rajon Rondo, you think, most of those guys aren't shooters. What's going on with the space? Are they going to have proper spacing on offense? All the NBA wants to play pace and space, run up and down and shoot threes. But you know what? It's come together. You hit it on the head. Dwayne Wade said it's Jimmy Butler's team. Jimmy Butler's taken that. He's run with it. Rondo's fitting well. Everybody knows their role. I like role definition is one of the most important things in sports. As a coach, you already know. How many guys did you have that
Stay in your lane.
How many guys you know that went outside of their lane?
Absolutely.
So everybody in Chicago stays in their lane. They're playing well as a team. I like what they're showing us.
Well, no question about it. And we talked about the Clipper defense, and meanwhile, Chicago's 6th in points allowed. So they're having the defense, and they're getting the offense out of these guys. Even a guy like Wade, who the tank, there's still some in that tank.
Still some
and it's high octane.